Let's scroll back up then to look at the other parts, because that was worth 20 marks, which is quite significant, 20% of the exam paper. Part B. This is what I was saying is handy they're kind of relatively handy marks at the time. It'd be a good idea to have these formula ready to go on your piece of paper. So if I were you, where you have information regarding the exporter borrowing abroad, invest locally, the importer borrow locally, invest abroad, also write down these formula because you're going to need them. Okay, you're supposed to know them anyway. I don't give them in the exam, but as you know, this is an open book, so yeah, you'd be foolish not to have these ready to go in front of you. Write down the heading, calculate the effective exchange rate. Now, the effective exchange rate is going to be based, as I mentioned here, it's going to be based on the hedging method that you recommended. Okay, I could state specifically calculate the effective exchange rate based on the forward contract and the foreign currency borrowing. I could state specifically to do two types of them. But here, I'm asking you just to do them for the one you recommended. So if you're, let's recap. Let's look at the BER, since I have it here first. We might have to make a change. But which one did we recommend? I can't even remember. We recommended the lead payment because it was a better one, wasn't it? So I should take this amount and also the 2.62, and I calculate an effective rate. So it was 111. I'm making that change here because there was an error. So it was 111, 46138. Okay, divided into the amount here. Okay, so this is what we found as our chosen hedging method with the lead payment. We're getting a rate of 23,505. 5059 rounded. Okay, so that's what we have as our effective rate. It doesn't exist, but we effectively created it by using the hedging method. With the ruble, we were to receive 8.42 million. Again, I don't know what we actually chose, but look at, you just go back to your solution, see which one you actually chose to be the one. As an exporter, you want to be receiving the most. So the most that you would have got, this was for the lead, 132, the forward 132, and the money market hedge 134, even though we may not choose the money market hedge, but black and white, we're going to choose it. So the 134,595 is what we should have here. There it is there. That's one we chose. And I'm going to double check to see if that exchange rate, it looks good. And it does, because it's very similar to the numbers that we were working on for the exchange rates anyway. 62.5579. Okay. So that's a handy 4 marks. You might have to do this out twice if I ask you specifically to do it for, say, 2 methods. Rarely would I ask you to do for all the 3 that you chose. But if you did, you just keep on dividing your answers that you got for each of the 3 methods, lead, forward, and money market hedge, into your amount that you're going to receive or have to pay in the foreign currency, and you should get your exchange rates. And obviously there'll be a few more marks rewarded for doing it for the extra little bit.